Imagine letting go of everything that weighs you down. Habits, people, beliefs. At first it might feel scary or strange, but over time a sense of lightness, inner calm and strength appears, something you didn't even know you had. In this video I'm sharing 10 things I gave up that truly improved my life. These are personal experiences, but I hope they inspire you to reflect on what really matters and what just draining your energy. Hi, I am Elina, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my new videos. You can also find my Instagram link in the description below. Coffee. I tried quitting coffee so many times that I almost stopped believing I ever could. I was truly addicted, both physically and mentally. My body was starting to show it. Heartburn, headaches, dry skin, but I kept drinking out of habit just because it was my routine. About a year and a half ago I got sick. I had a fever, nausea, no appetite, and I didn't want coffee at all. And 3 days I thought maybe I shouldn't start again, and I didn't. 4 days passed, then a week, and now it's been a year and a half without coffee, and I don't even miss it. People often ask me, what's so bad about coffee? Why quit completely? I love it. I always say, if you're not dependent on it, if 1 or 2 cups don't affect your mood or energy, that's fine. Coffee is just a beverage, not a problem. But if you can't function without it, if your mood, energy and well-being depend on coffee and you get jittery, heartburn or overstimulated, then it's no longer about pleasure, it's about addiction, and that's when quitting becomes necessity. The benefits: my skin looks healthier, my mental demands disappeared, my heartburn is gone, and my nervous system feels calmer. I realized that all the energy I thought I was getting from coffee was actually being drained by depends on it. Happy Halloween, friends! It's the season of transformations, and Wispence can help you create your best transformation yet, your own. We are offering up to 66% off premium access to hundreds of workouts, meal plans, meditations and progress tracking. Don't let procrastination spook you. Start now and see your first results sooner than you think. This special offer is available for a limited time, so click the link in the description below to get started. Meat. I gave up meat about 8 years ago. My husband and I decided together to stop eating animal products, and I still consider it one of my best decisions. Primarily, it makes me feel good morally. I love animals, and even if my lifestyle isn't perfectly ethical, like when it comes to clothing or other products, giving up meat felt like a step in the right direction. Physically, the change wasn't dramatic. My health stayed stable, my labs are normal, but emotionally and mentally it's been huge. This decision gave me inner peace and a sense of alignment with my values. For me, giving up meat wasn't just about diet, it was about internal transformation and making choices that reflect who I want to be. Toxic people. Cutting off toxic people immediately frees up energy. Toxicity can take many forms, from insults or belittling to passive aggression or emotional drain. It could be friends, relatives or co-workers. Sometimes you just feel uncomfortable around someone, like you're giving more than you're getting, or the person constantly talks about themselves without interest in you. That too is a form of toxicity. When I realized how much this drains my energy, I started removing such people from my life. I didn't have toxic people in my immediate circle before, but they would sometimes appear among new friends. Early on, I struggled to say no or ignored them. I felt guilty when they reached out or invited me somewhere. But over time, I learned to trust my intuition. So if someone is draining your energy, remove them. Life instantly feels lighter and freer. Trying to control everything. Life is unpredictable. Many things happen outside our control. Trying to control everything drains energy, distracts you from what truly matters, and can lead to frustration, apathy, or burnout. A helpful concept is a circle of control. In a circle, what you can fully control: your actions, decisions, reactions. Middle circle, what you can influence but not fully control: other people or situations. Outer circle, what you cannot control: world events, other people actions, weather. Focusing on your circle of control conserves energy, it allows you to make decisions where it actually matters, and prevent wasted effort on things you can change. Over time, this approach brings adaptability, growth, and inner freedom without falling into extremes or either passive drifting or obsessive control. If you believe in the universe or a higher power, trusting that life has a wisdom beyond your understanding can make letting go easier. Eventually, you realize that events happen exactly as they should for your growth. Perfectionism. I gave up trying to be perfect in everything. Perfectionism is exhausting and often paralyzing. Setting unrealistically high standards causes stress, anxiety, and procrastination. By letting go, I found freedom to do my best in the moment, without pressure. Life isn't a competition. It's about comfort, joy, and growth. Saying to yourself, "I'm allowed," is powerful. I am allowed to make mistakes. I am allowed to be imperfect. I am allowed to live life my way. This practice reduces stress, helps you complete tasks without waiting for perfect conditions, increases productivity, and allows you to enjoy the process, not just the result. Comparing myself to others. Constantly comparing yourself to others is draining. Watching others' success, appearance, or lifestyle makes you feel less than. When you stop comparing, you regain inner freedom, appreciate your progress, and focus on your own journey. Life isn't a competition. Everyone moves at their own pace with their own resources and experiences. By letting go of comparison, you become more authentic, calmer, and better able to enjoy what you have instead of focusing on what you don't. Russian language. I used to speak Russian in my videos and social media, but after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, something inside me shifted deeply. Switching to Ukrainian wasn't forced by circumstances, it was a conscious personal choice. I emigrated to the US 11 years ago, and my income isn't tied to Ukrainian companies or brands, so there was no external pressure or benefit. It was about reconnecting with my roots, identity, and people. Language is energy, memory, culture. It shapes how we see the world. Speaking Ukrainian gave me harmony, authenticity, and a sense of alignment. Changing a habit so deeply ingrained as language showed me that I am capable of transformation. If I can change something this fundamental, I can change my diet, my circle, my habits, and my approach to life. Hair coloring. At 13 or 14, I convinced my mom to let me highlight my hair. Big mistake. My hair became dry and brittle like straw. Since then, I've never colored my hair or manipulated it with chemicals. At 33, I love my natural hair and its health. I believe genetics and the fact that I didn't color it contribute to its current state. I plan to keep it natural until gray hair appears, and then we'll see. Endless social media scrolling. Giving up endless scrolling was one of the hardest yet most rewarding changes I made. Social media can trap your mind and attention, letting hours or days slip by unnoticed. We think we are resting or finding inspiration, but in reality, we are overloading our brains with other people's content, emotions, and stories, which aren't even ours. Long scrolling drains focus, makes you irritable, and dulls your thinking. Limiting it brings mental clarity, inner silence, and creativity. Now I use social media intentionally, with a purpose, instead of passively consuming. This practice returns control over your life. A fixed self-image. I used to think I had to know who I am, like there is a fixed version of me that I must define and stay true to. But that's an illusion created by fear of change. I'm not a static form. I'm movement. I'm not a definition. I'm a process. I change constantly, and that is freedom. Sometimes I'm calm and gentle, sometimes sharp and decisive, sometimes I seek quiet, sometimes action. All of this is me. Trying to define yourself rigidly cuts off growth. True stability is in movement. True authenticity is in change. You can be one way today and another tomorrow, and there is no contradiction. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share your own story in the comments. What's something you let go that actually made your life better? Remember, letting go doesn't mean losing. It means finding yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.